Good evening, Penny Pincher Farm. Coming to you live this first evening of April. Happy April, everybody. Happy spring.
April Fool's Day.
We're doing a cattle drive. We're fixing to feed these gals some grain and put some fertilizer on the pasture fields. Ha, April Fools. There you go. April Fools that. No thanks. Ain't no money in that, so we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna move our cows onto new pasture. How's that for April Fools? We're gonna move our cows around the farm and build soil health and soil fertility, spread animal fertility as fertilizer. We'll just do that. There's the cow that had the newest calf. Pardon my French, but those teats, I guess, is the exact way to say it. They're big, so that calf is just getting off that back right teat, looks like. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, watch the calf. We got two right here that they're new to the moving. They don't exactly see how to do that. Here we go. He's fixing to get it figured out right there. There you go. Now, you do the same thing, little feller. That's how this works. They just figure it out on their own, guys. I mean, they do it every day. Do it every couple days anyway. And that's how they figure it out. So I'm gonna get on the back side of this little dude and see if I can encourage him to go through the gap like everybody else. He might and he might not, and if he don't, it'll be all right. He'll get over there somehow. That's kind of one of the benefits of only having two strands of fence. If he wants, he can go through it. There he goes. There you go, guys. That's how it's done. And I think the fourth calf, the cow was looking over there, so she's probably got it over there. So no big deal. We're just gonna leave this gap open. We ain't even gonna put electric on the line. I run a line across on the back side of the mule right there. I ain't even got it hooked up. Just got the reel laying there on the ground, just a line. That's the beauty of this, guys. Once your cows gets used to it, there's literally nothing to it. I mean, they get so used to the moving, they know that they're going to get good fresh grass. Especially right now, this piece of ground right here, this paddock, this 5 or 6 acres, it ain't had nothing on it in about 3, 4, 5 weeks maybe. So it's got some good growth on it, good new grass. And it's very important, guys, this time of year especially, have high mag mineral out for your cows if you're here in Eastern Kentucky. Don't slouch on your mineral program. You will get grass tetanus, they call it. I couldn't tell you the science behind it, but I can tell you that I've had to drag a few off over the hill that's died of grass tetanus because I slacked on the mineral feeding. Don't slack. Listen to this, guys. Here's the new mama. Listen to this. Ripping grass, the first day of April, ripping grass. You can go buy farms right now they're putting fertilizer, $1,000 a pound fertilizer on grass right now on pasture ground that you couldn't go all day and get a handful of grass on it because they don't move their cows, they don't move them. You got to move your cows and have them a-going. Look here, Junior's fixing to get him a bite, looks like.
Good salad.
The secret is moving your cows, guys. If it's just moving them once a week, it would surprise you just moving them once a week what that would do. And when things get to really growing, we're going to separate this paddock. We usually run a line right down the middle. That way we can separate and get 2 different paddocks out of this particular field. But everything seems to be doing good. The calves are doing good. The 3 that come up, we still got one more. Like we said, the mama has probably got her head, or so she thinks. So we're just gonna leave the gap open and let her go back and forth as she pleases. She won't go nowhere. They ain't got no reason to go nowhere, guys. That's the whole deal with this. And now, granted, we're running cows and calves. It'd be a different story if we had 50 steers in here or 50 heifers. It'd be a different story, absolutely. I agree with you. But these mamas, all they're worried about is eating and taking care of their babies. If they can lay their head down and get them a big bite full of grass and see their baby and give her milk, they're satisfied. They ain't going nowhere. But if these mamas get hungry, just like the steers and the heifers, if they get hungry, they're going to go somewhere. And if you ain't got grass on your farm to give to them, they're leaving. They'll go to the neighbor's house and eat. Guys, it really is. It's a sad time right now if you let it be. I mean, you hear of these guys that's putting fertilizer on pasture ground, putting fertilizer on hay ground, and it's literally breaking the bank, guys. $1,000 a ton. $1,000 a ton. You think about that. You think about that for a minute. Look here, they're feeling good. They didn't need no fertilizer to feel like this. Look at this, guys. It's rest and recovery. That's how God made it to work. He didn't make it to where we had to go to the local co-op every spring and buy fertilizer. God didn't have that intention. You can say what you want to, but he didn't. I've read the book. It ain't in there. God made it to work just the way he designed it to. And he designed it to have animals moving across the landscape, not being stationary on the landscape. And that's what we do most of the time, unfortunately. We put one fence around our farm and turn the cows loose and wish them well. That ain't how it's supposed to be. Get you a reel, get you some poly wire and a couple step-in posts and move your cows. Don't let them be stationary or you'll get stuff like this right here. This right here is the result of many years of stationary cattle raising. The cows could go in and out right here for years. I mean, years upon years and years. They travel this same route every single day, and look at it. It's pitiful to look at. But this back here used to look like that. Not hardly to the same extent. But by rotating, April the 1st, we've got grass that's skirting 8 or 10 inches tall. I mean, unreal. We got cattle easily grazing, and we've not had fertilized in 5 or 6 years. It's a game changer, guys. When you get into the grazing business, when you're not having to worry about the input cost of sustaining your operation, life is so much more simpler and so much more enjoyable. It's enjoyable to come out and watch the cows graze. It's enjoyable to come out and move the cows because they know they're getting a treat. And you know that you ain't spending no money to buy that treat. You're taking advantage of the sunshine and the rain. But guys, we got a couple more videos coming up for you. Hopefully the chickens will be here in the next few days, so we're looking forward to that. Getting that deal started, and looking forward to bringing you guys along with us. Everybody have a good day and have a great weekend.